Hey guys, welcome back to Cephalon Cast. So, Heldy,
Yeah,
heard you like PvP.
I do like PvP.
No,
It's like-
specifically Warcraft PvP.
Well, yeah, not Warframe. Warframe PvP is terrible, but
Too
no,
soon.
Warcraft PvP was usually my reason to play that game.
Yeah, like the changes that they're making in BFA. I'm actually gonna give it the good college try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're into Ret Paladin now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
They brought back Hammer of Fuck Your Face,
well, that's good.
and it does. It fucks everyone's face.
I'm looking at Hunter now, just because of a few videos I've seen on YouTube, people playing it. But I don't know. Might go back to Warrior. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of told me that you were pretty good with Warrior back in the day.
Yeah, my Warrior Crixus way back in the day. Like that was like back in like Cataclysm and Mop. It was I was in a guild called Antisocial, and I had one was the clan, or like the guild leader, Dory Ann was his name. he was a priest, holy and discipline, mostly discipline. But I was in a threes team with him and an enhancement shaman called Omi, and yeah, we did turbo cleave pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough to, I know where you're going with this. Good enough to be sponsored by Razer for like 6 months.
Yeah. How was that?
It was an easy $2,000 I made for, nothing.
So, what exactly did you have to do?
So all I did was like arena commentary twice on a stream. That was it. That's all I did. I did it twice. They gave me $2,000 for like 6 months. I kept asking like my would-be manager at Razer. I was like, so you want me back on for stuff? Like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, you're paying me. I feel like I should be doing something. No, don't worry about it. Just keep taking the checks, and they stopped coming.
So did you get anything other than money from Razer?
No.
Oh, they didn't send you some sweet gear or anything
No.
like that?
I did use the money to like replace my headset at one point, but that was it.
Was it at least a Razer headset?
It was a Razer headset. I like Razer headsets.
Bet you would have felt a little bit dirty if you spent Razer's money on buying a Logitech headset.
Logitech. Ugh.
Some of them are alright. I don't know. Like I'm a snob when it comes to headsets,
Yeah.
and if I had the money, I wouldn't go with any of like the gaming companies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm straight by Sennheiser.
That's like the professional stuff.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
And they can get expensive. They actually, kind of off topic here, Sennheiser has a kind of a sub brand called like Audiophile, and it's like meant for like the best audio quality that you can ever get, right? And they have, I think it's like a $5,000 or $6,000 pair of earbuds.
Are they wireless?
No,
Okay.
you're not gonna get the best quality from a wireless headset.
Oh, okay, but they're earbuds and they're worth $6,000?
Yeah, people buy them.
People are dumb.
Well, when people have that much money to spend.
Oh, I guess.
But no, that's pretty cool. Do you miss kind of doing that sort of stuff?
Well, clearly, I mean, that's why we're doing this now, right?
I'm able to fill the void that Razer left.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't leave much of a void. It was just, so like, all that happened was like we beat a team that was like all Razer employees or whatever, and then they contacted us like in game.
Really?
Yeah. They just like sent us a whisper, and it was like,
It's hilarious. It's like,
okay.
you were good enough to beat us. You were the chosen ones.
Yeah. Well, I was the only one that accepted it. Like, Dory and Omni like didn't.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, this is fucking fake or whatever. And I was like, it seems pretty legit. And then, yeah, it was legit. So they got me on, and I like watched a couple arenas, like duels and shit. And I was like, okay, cool. And made some commentary over it at the time. And yeah, that was like 7 years ago.
Something like that.
Something like that. 5-7 years ago. Wow. I'm old. I'm getting old.
You are. You old man.
Yeah. But yeah, man. It was okay. Like, the guild I was in, that antisocial, like, it was fun. Me and Dory would get into rants and stuff like that, and I had a nickname for him. It was Cunty McCunterson. I had a macro where once he would start shit in guild chat, I would just spam it. And it would go, "Your name is Cunty McCunterson. You live in a cunty cottage and you drive a cunty car."
Sure, he enjoyed that.
Oh, he thought it was hilarious. He liked to like rile me up. I was a little bit more awkward at the time too, so it was
a little,
but yeah.
Yeah. No. So right now, I mean, obviously we're in pre-patch, so other than like the little quest line that they brought in, there hasn't been too much to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the guild I played with back at the end of Legion, most of those guys are coming back, and we've been doing a lot of BGs. And this is like I got a little bit into PvP towards like the middle and end of Legion with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Did a couple like unranked arenas because I'm not that good. But no, I'm like really enjoying it right now. It's satisfying. Even more satisfying when you like just demolish the other team. But I also like it a bit better because the last time I did PvP, I was doing on my DK, and I just out-leveled everyone, so it kind of made things easier.
Yeah.
Now my ret is more in check with everyone else, and it's like I still need to figure out what I'm doing, but I got the gist of it so far. Me and my GM, because he loves it, because for Frosty K's they brought back Asphyxiate. So
yeah,
we just run around and we'll go cap points, and he'll asphyxiate someone, and I'll do my stupid red burst and just they're dead.
Yeah, I want to get back in a while, but like I need to find a class that I like, and it's easier to play.
I feel like this has been a constant struggle for you.
It
since
has been.
I've talked to you about coming back to playing WoW.
God,
you have not decided on a class.
No, I haven't. I like all of Legion. It was just I kept rotating and trying out new stuff, and just nothing would jive.
Listen,
and I'm still kind of in that boat. But
so, I was talking to Rev about it the other day,
and
he was like, "You just need to, like, as shitty as it is, like to boost a character, you just need to pick one, boost it, and then just go from there." Like, because right now, it just is hopping around these lower levels and trying to figure it out, and it not being good enough, or you need to pick one and commit.
Yeah.
Because he was like, yeah, I don't understand. He moved my druid, and I can't help him out because he doesn't want to play anything.
I haven't even talked to Rack in like a while. Like, what? How's he doing?
All right.
I miss Marky Moo.
Yeah, he'll be playing with the old guild again.
Seriously? After all that fucking drama?
There wasn't really any drama.
Oh, he
likes to complain.
Oh.
Because I asked him about it.
Uh-huh.
No, it was funny because I think it's like Monday or Tuesday. I got on in the afternoon, and he was on, but no one in the guild was on.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, you joined back up with the other guild." I'm like, "I didn't leave the other guild. Like,
yeah.
I moved my DK, but that was it." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Can I come back and play with him?" And I'm like, "I thought you didn't want to play with him." And he's like, "Well, no, it wasn't them. It was just I was tired of being stuck on Coven." And I'm like, I guess I can understand that, but you had your rants about people. He's like, "You've known me long enough. I don't like people." And I'm like, okay. So invited him back in on his warrior.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have his warrior and his DK. Or no, warrior and Holy Pally will be in that guild.
The go-to.
And then when good old GM Jake got on, I was like, "Hey, Jake, just want you I want you to know that you're not doing a very good job because I just recruited someone. Granted, he's a really shitty warrior. But I'll play with those guys. Like Mark's still in the other guild, the alliance with our other friends that we used to be in a guild with way back in the day. We can talk about that guild in a little bit, but he was just like, I enjoy raiding with him. He was like, there's just one person I don't like. I'm like, I don't know. I have not raided with them. I kind of feel bad about that because I told them I would, but
They just haven't.
Well, I was going to do it one night, and then I got a text from work being like, hey, we got to go do PT at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got to go to bed.
That fucking sucks.
It does. Really hard because they sent this text out at like 10.
Yeah, you're sure to be asleep at that point.
Yeah. But so I ended up not being able to go to that raid, and then like the next raid day I was just like, I don't really feel like raiding. So I haven't done anything with that other guild. I mean, I like our friends in that guild. I enjoy playing with them, and I'll hop on and talk to them and like just do random stuff with them. But I think an important thing also is our focus kind of shifted away. When I say our focus, I mean like Mark and I's focus, because I originally really wanted to just dive headfirst into Mythic Pluses, but he's just like, I'm not gonna go out of my way and push like what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
you know, I wanted to get up on the leaderboard. I wanted to, you know, make it. The plan was to maybe not make it to the Mythic Invitational, but
like the preliminaries,
get it to the time trials. We're not gonna do that because he's just like, I'm tired of hopping around to different classes that are meta. I'm just gonna stick with this, and I'll do Mythic Pluses, and I'll get to the point where I can do them. But like we've talked about in the past, certain classes can only reach a certain point.
Yeah.
Without either very specialized comp or something else.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'll do them on the classes that I play, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna
hop around,
push super hard just to try to get the numbers up. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot of effort. It really is.
It is. I like it though. It gave me this outlet to be competitive because it was like, okay, I can't be competitive in raiding because I'm not a part of any of these. I don't even think I'm a good enough. I might have been a good enough raider to get into Mythic, Mythic raiding at the end of Legion, but I don't think I have the time to really commit to it. That's a lot of time. And I wasn't good at PvP, so it's like I can't be competitive in ranked arenas. So Mythic Dungeons can be that outlet.
Yeah, but you can work on PvP a lot easier than you can for Mythic Plus.
Like, yes and no. I was already like somewhat okay. Not at the start. Let me just make this clear. At the start of Legion, when these things came out, I had a terrible time with Mythic Pluses.
Yeah,
so bad. Granted, I was playing on my Demon Hunter. I wasn't as comfortable on him, and there was a run. It was like a +4, right? And I think it was like Black or Cold. We got like halfway through it. I just kept dying and dying and dying. And I didn't have any, like, I don't think at this point you could leave to go repair.
Okay.
So I couldn't repair. I didn't have any weapons. And it was just like, I'm just going to stand in the back. And everyone's like, God damn it. and that was the last Mythic Plus I did for like a year and a half before coming back and trying it again. I'm like, oh, this isn't bad at all. But yeah, I'm going to really push for PvP. I do want to work on it because I know if the more I work on it, the better that I'll get.
Yeah.
I don't know how good I'll get, but
yeah. Well, like I said, the revamp for hunters that I've noticed. Well, Beastmaster I guess didn't change that much, but like survival changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's still that melee class though, or the melee spec. Looks very interesting to me. I'm gonna Rex right. I need to just go in and fucking commit to a class. just do it. Just do it.
Just know that hunters are insanely squishy right now, in PvP?
Eh. I just do Beastmaster and stay in the back.
I'll still kill you.
Huh?
I said I'll still kill you.
We'll see.
Jake will choke you and I'll stab you.
Oh, Jake's the one playing?
Yeah, he's back to playing Frost.
Oh, okay. Cool. I don't know. We'll see. I might experiment a little bit more, but yeah, that little subtle animation change that they did with the hunters like did wonders for me in wanting to play the class. Just the fact that like you like strafe backwards now instead of like I don't know. It's a little smoother, but
yeah, they've been doing the animation changes have been good in my opinion. I haven't looked at like hunters, so I haven't seen, but I imagine they're good. But just like looking at a lot of the casters, I love the Undead's casting animation so much. It's just so good. But
what's going on with Monk? Because I've kind of looked at Monk. And going back to that, as the two classes I used to main was Warrior and Monk. But
so don't quote me directly on this because I don't play Monk, and I talked to one guy at work yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That is playing Monk again, and he was saying that they basically give you you have your like a priority system in there, like what you should do, but there's at least for DPS, but there's a bit of a kind of leeway added in that wasn't in Legion, because remember it was like rotation is simple in theory, just don't use the same move twice. But with this they've kind of apparently changed a few things, so it's like if you need to use a certain move, it's not gonna screw up the whole don't use the same thing twice. I don't play Monk. I haven't looked at the Monk changes, so I can only kind of give input from someone else.
Yeah. I mean, like this is me just looking at it from pretty far because I haven't had time to play WoW that much.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to play much video games at all this past couple weeks, but I didn't play it all yesterday.
I thought you're like, I'm taking the day off and then I'm just gonna sleep and play video games.
Oh, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That didn't happen at all. I didn't sleep. I had drama and then didn't play video games.
Speaking of drama, let me kind of tell you about that old guild that Mark and I were in.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna name the name directly, but Mark, if you're listening, you know who this is. All right, so this was back towards the end of WoD.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have two little stories about two different guilds throughout WoD. I'll save the other one for after this, but so I came back again with every expansion. I will play at the beginning, take a break during mid expansion, and then come back at the end. I don't know why. That's just Mop was that way. I played at the end of Kata. That's when I came back into it.
Yeah.
Like I started my WoW kind of career right at the end of BC. Parents didn't want to pay for the subscription, so I came back at the end of Cataclysm when I got a job.
Okay.
And then played at the start of Mop, took a break in the middle of Mop, came in at the end of Mop, started playing WoD at the beginning, took a break in the middle, came back at the end, played Legion in the beginning, took a break, came back at the end. So it's just this trend that I just hate mid-expansion, apparently. I can't even say that I hate it. I just haven't played it.
Well, the best, like, from my memory, the best, like, mid-expansion content that we've ever gotten was back in Mop with the Throne of the Thunder King.
Yeah.
Like, that was the best mid-content. But okay, so we're at the end of Legion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think Legion's going to go down very well. Like,
what do you mean?
As okay, so the argument's usually like what's the best expansion, right? Most people say like BC or Wrath of the Lich King, right? I think Legion's gonna be like mid tier.
Oh no!
Everyone
that I've talked to, they're putting this either number 1 or number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just my opinion of it. Like to me, it wasn't that. I don't know.
Anyway,
it didn't hook me as well as other expansions have. But
yeah, back to the story.
Yeah,
so,
back to the drama.
End of WAD. Come back, and I did the first mistake that you shouldn't do when looking for a guild. I found one in trade chat. Messaged the person. Was like, hey, you know what? I'd like to join. Just heads up, I'm leveling up a prop paladin. So once I get max, I want to tank. And he's like, you can join, but you're not gonna tank. I'm like, okay, fuck it.
What?
I was like, they already had tanks, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll try to find some time on the side to do it. So ended up going and playing Ret. I was like, okay, cool. So I gotta finish leveling up and get geared up. Because this is right. I guess Hellfire Citadel had been out for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks at this point, so they had been making some progression.
Okay.
So I come in, and mind you, this is like the first like actual raiding guild that I've been in, because up to this point I've been doing like Raid Finder and maybe joining random groups, but nothing consistent like this. So we're going, things seem fine, right? We're making some progression, probably not the best, but you know, I don't expect us to blow through everything. Overall, we probably raided for about 2 months, and in this time, there were several people that it was a terrible experience. So first off, we had a guy that we picked up as a pug 1 week, and then he would not shut up about how I think he played like a holy paladin. He's like, I'm a mythic raider. He was like 3 out of 11 or however many bosses there were in HFC. I don't remember. Yeah. He did the first couple bosses, and he was like, I'm a mythic raider. I know what I'm talking about. So on his druid that was stupid under geared and he wasn't that good on when he started coming to our raids, he tried to take control of the raid leader position.
Oh.
Yeah, which our main tank was the raid leader, but I guess the main tank didn't really want to deal with it, so he just let him do his own thing. And one of my other friends went off on him, and it caused some fighting between our raid leader and my friend, because he was like, you can't just go in here and start yelling at people in guild in the middle of a raid. And it was like, I take my friend's side a little bit more, just because it's like, this guy is trying to jack the raid. But he ended up just like, he rage quit after like a week. He's like,
oh, boo-hoo.
He's like, you guys aren't that good. I'm too good for this. Whatever. So he leaves. The next person that over time, looking back on it now, I see how bad this guy actually was during the time that I was raiding. Again, first real raiding guild. So it's just like, oh, you guys seem cool. Our off tank was a Blood DK. Now that I've played Blood DK, it's super fucking easy to stay alive. He struggled with that. So he wasn't, he was also in his off time a mythic raider. Right?
Yeah.
I think he only had 5 bosses down. But our breaking point, basically our coven of that expansion, or that raid, was, I think his name's like Sakathar. It was a fight where this guy would get inside of basically this animatronic like war machine thing. One tank would need to, how everyone does it, one tank would get inside of it and control it, the other person would tank the other thing. Tank the main boss, because it came in phases. You'd have to do damage to like the construct to knock him out. And then while he's out of the construct, the off tank will hop in, go deal with, there was stuff that only the construct could deal with in that fight, like reducing fire and dealing with ads. All right, and I should say this is heroic. So again, not entirely hard, but we were stuck on that for over a month.
Yeah.
Partially because our top DPS at the time, he knew how to do the construct, but it was like, we need you out here. Our other tank, our main tank, he was a prop paladin, meaning he had a ton of interrupts, and the main thing that you did on the boss was interrupt him from casting this thing that would reduce the amount of health in the construct, so that you keep the construct up when you have one of your party members in there as long as possible.
Yeah.
So you fucking interrupt this guy.
Yeah.
So obviously prop pallies stay out. You get procs every goddamn second to interrupt.
Yeah.
And then let's have the off tank going. Well, the off tank, he refused to learn how to play it and just wouldn't do it. So we kept having to sacrifice either our good tank and let a DK stay out and not have a solid interrupt, right? Or lose our top DPS. So we got stuck there and we never progressed past that. And it was mainly because of him. But finally, there was a little bit like other people in there too. Like we had this one girl that just showed up, and no one really liked her. But she was trying so hard to be like, and this isn't like derogatory. She was trying to be a slut.
Like, was just trying to get attention from everyone, and
Yeah, she wasn't doing that good of a job at it either.
do tell.
Okay. First off, if you had to try to be a slut, like that shouldn't.
I mean,
I don't know. That doesn't seem hard to do.
I can take my armor off and dance for fucking gold tips.
Yeah, especially in a
Valorant
video
any
game.
fucking
Especially
day. It's
in
really
a video
fucking
game.
easy.
But she would say things like, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go suck on this big sucker," and just like she'd be like, "Well, I don't see how this is inappropriate. I'm just putting something round in my mouth." And it's like, oh, you're annoying. At this point,
that's like cringe.
it really was. So at this point, most of us had her muted. And again, my friend, who would occasionally partake in drinking during raid, and oh, that was entertaining in another way. He got very aggressive. Just finally went off on her because she stopped mid-fight on one of the bosses. Fucked up the entire raid. She stopped mid-fight to call her grandma.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went off on her, and I think she left shortly after that. But finally, the main thing, the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about an ego. This guy, he was playing a hunter at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He thought, he was like, I'm so good. I'm doing so much damage, right? Partially just because hunters were pretty good at damage at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Our top DPS was a hunter, but
Mm-hmm.
he was a good hunter. So it was technically his guild, but he didn't really do anything with it. Like, we all followed the tank.
Yeah,
And
the
it got to
raid
the point where we got enough people where we split up the raid into 2 teams. This never ends well, by the way, when you have 2 raiding teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of them's always going to be better than the other one. So we had our premier team,
Yeah.
which was our main tank. We actually replaced the off tank with someone else. And then I was just fortunate enough to be in that. And Mark was in that team.
Uh-huh.
Right. And the GM got put in the off team. And they just didn't progress at all. And he was mad about that. So he's like, I'm the GM. I'm putting myself on the main team. That kicked off one of the other DPS. It was not good, but he was so bad. And in the middle of and Mark has some better stories about this because he had more interaction with him. But in the middle of raid, he'd just be like, "You guys want to hear this new song I wrote?" And he just did like this. It was this like metal fusion rap type deal. It was really bad. Just in the middle of in the middle of raid. And
Hey guys, you want to listen to my mixtape?
yeah, essentially, it's like, no. How about you don't die in fire?
Well, how am I supposed to do that whenever I'm holding my mixtape?
So at one point, he got into a fight with the main tank, our raid leader.
Uh-huh.
The raid leader was like, you know what? I'm a grown man. I don't have to deal with this shit. He left. As soon as he left, like 10 other people left.
Just followed him.
Well, yeah, I was like, I don't want to be in this guild. Like, the tank was, in my eyes, the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up sorting out their issues, and they came back, and we came back shortly after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a break. Then came back at the start of Legion. What I found out that happened in the middle of my break was he got wind, the GM got wind that one of the other tanks, the off tank that replaced our bad off tank and our main team, was making a new guild for Legion, and everyone was going over there. So the GM basically ninja'd the entire guild bank and took a lot of money, which our main tank had put a ton of stuff into, right?
Okay.
As a gesture of like goodwill, you know, like potions, flasks, even like different sort of pets, because there's that like we did this raffle thing every month.
Okay.
Try to raise money for guild repair funds, right?
Yeah.
Which we found out later that money wasn't actually going to the repair funds; it was going to the GM.
He was just pocketing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Fucker.
I think in total, and at the time, this was before the boost in the gold cap, I think he ended up ninja something like 700K.
700K in gold.
Yeah. It would be like 7 mil now. Yeah.
Jeez.
He was so bad.
Dick move.
Yeah, he wasn't a good player. He wasn't a good GM. He wasn't a good writer. And he definitely was not a good rapper.
Oh, he was the one singing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's ugh.
What about you? You got any
I'm trying to think of one.
You want to think? I can tell you.
I mean, like, WoW's been around for what, 14, 15 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the last time I was in a legitimate guild was like 7 fucking years ago.
Oh.
So it's like we had a guy. I'm pretty sure because I joined your guild and there was that one kid that everyone was like cutting down a little bit. I think every guild has that like one kid that just like says he's better than he actually is. And then everyone cuts him down for it.
It's fine. Hey, listen, you got to give him a break. Like, he's new to. He actually, I'll tell you something that he just said.
Mm-hmm.
He's fairly new to the game, and he's doing good. But I think some of the older players are just like that about new players.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think it's anything personally, and I guess it's just a guild hobby just to shit on him. But he takes it well. He was saying, granted, he was like, Legion, in my opinion, has been my favorite expansion. And I'm like, haven't you only played in Legion? He's like, yeah.
There you go.
But
I okay. It's not really a drama story. Well, it kind of is. So we had that kid in our guild, Antisocial, right? And this would have been in Cataclysm. All right. So it was on the Alliance side. The kid, we pissed off the kid, and the kid was like, we were on, I forget which server we were on at the time, because I've server jumped like
a lot,
like 24 times easily. So I forget what server we were on. I know it was a PvP server, but the kid, we pissed the kid off, and he faction changed and went to the Horde. So like the following night, we were just like, there was like 8 of us on, and we were like, "You want to go see if we can find him in Orgrimmar?" So we hopped on general chat or whatever the fuck it was at the time, just like said we're going. We picked up like 4 more people. So like a team of 12 Alliance went to Orgrimmar and took it over for like 4 hours. We were there. They couldn't kill us. It got funny to the point where like they just stopped trying to kill us and they just like left us alone because they knew they couldn't. But it was like, we're in Orgrimmar. We have, top level, high gear rated, all this shit. Like actual PvPers trying to come and kill us, they can't kill us. So it's literally a band of 12 Alliance members in the middle, like right in front of where Garrosh was.
yeah,
right in front of it. I think it was Garrosh at the time. Wasn't it Garrosh?
it was Garrosh.
In front of Garrosh. So we're like out in front of his hut, just like killing everyone. He eventually showed up. we know he showed up because he tried to kill us like a dozen times or whatever the hell it was. And then he quit on that character, made an alliance character like troll name, whatever the fuck it was, and was messaging Dory, who was our guild leader, and was like talking shit on him and shit. It was like, he's like, wait, are you this character? And like pointed out because it's like Corpse is still there, and he's like, are you this character? He's like, yeah. He's like, we've killed you like 24 times. Are you happy with your decision? But yeah, I like miss those days because like,
well, they should be coming back.
I'm hoping with the war fronts and everything. I hope we start just invading
Places.
capitals and stuff again, because that didn't happen for like 3 expansions.
Yeah.
Like you'd like maybe get a 40-man raid
just to get the achievement.
just to get the maybe like it wouldn't even be we're gonna do 2 cities and then quit.
Yeah.
Like I did the tour one time where it was like you go to what the hell is it? Silver Moon?
Yeah.
You go to Silver Moon first, then Undercity, then like you know, go across the pond, go to Orgrimmar, and then Thunder Totem. But it's like and you try to do that as quickly as possible so they can't gather. But
Silver Moon has to be the easiest one to take over, because every time I make a blood elf, I go in there and I'm like, wow,
there's nobody here.
No one's here.
It's because you can't fly in that zone. It's the same thing with like the Exodar. But
yeah, so my other story, and I think you'll get a kick out of this one. This was at the start of WAD. Little backstory: I just got to Korea at this point because I got stationed in Korea. And one of the guys from the school that I was at also came to Korea, and then he ended up being my my suite mate in the barracks. Right? So he had a guild that he was in, and it was just like, hey, you know, you mind if I join? Because I'm looking for something in WAD, right? At this point, I ended up rolling a Shadow Priest. So the last time I played a Shadow Priest, I was bad at it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like casters at all. But all right, so we get into this guild, and this guild is run by a husband and wife.
Okay.
Not a good sign
Yeah.
at all. And I'm with them for like maybe 3 weeks at this point. I'm not that social with the guild. Like, I'll sometimes talk to them. They had a Ventrilo server. Ventrilo, yeah. I would sometimes hop in there. One thing led to another, where the wife just randomly just starts talking to me. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, I guess you're a leader and you want to talk to the people. I don't know. And I asked my friend about it, and he's like, no, she has never talked to me before. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And it wasn't a simple, hey, how are you doing, right? It went from 0 to what the fuck am I doing here in about like a second. So she messaged me. She's like, hey, I need to ask you something. And I'm like, I wonder if they want me to go like holy or something, right? That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up? And she's like, you're in the military, right? I'm like, yes. And she's like, so here's the thing. I've been, little backstory. Her husband, E6 in the army.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good guy. From the little conversation that I had with him.
Yeah.
Pretty good guy, right? She messaged me and she's like, yeah, I don't want to be my husband anymore. I've been seeing this second lieutenant in the army. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah.
Like in his chain of command?
I don't know. I try to ask that. But she's like, yeah, I mean, it's nothing against my husband, but this guy makes more money than he does.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucked up. And she's like, well, how do I go about this? Because like, I still want to be married, but I also want to get money from this LT. And I was like, I can't help you. So I screenshot that conversation, sent it to her husband, and left the guild.
Oh.
Because fuck being in that situation.
No, yeah, just remove yourself from that shit.
Yeah, I was like, poor little E3 me over here is just like,
like how the hell do you even like? I wouldn't know how to handle that. I'd be like, I think you handled it better than I would have.
just like no.
Wow, that's what you get for being independent, I guess. Wow.
I hope they got it sorted out, but it was bad. But that's really the extent of like drama. I've had little drama here and there in other games and stuff, but nothing that I can really like remember. But so I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a bit of a craze going on with the new shows coming out revolving around being stuck inside of a video game.
No, you talking about the Animus?
Yes. Kind of thank Sword Art for this Sword Art Online for this kind of craze. Even though, hold on before I get lynched by the fanboys here, I know that Sword Art wasn't the first one to do this. I think it was Log Horizon, but Sword Art.
Well, Dot Hack did it.
Dot Hack, yeah, Dot Hack also did that a while ago. Anyway, regardless of all that, Sword Art was the one that launched this idea way into the air and was successful with it. And now there's a bunch of different people making different shows about it. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them just, what are you doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But got me thinking. All right, so let's take the Sword Art kind of concept out of the picture. Just because it was like, if you could beat the game, then you can leave. If you got like sucked into a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any sort of, I'll put the stipulation on that it, like any RPG doesn't have to necessarily be an MMO.
Okay,
but
so like I created the character.
Yes, you created the character. You're not playing like a predefined character, so you can't be like, I want to go play Zelda and be Link, right? But any game, what would that be? You gotta think once you're in this, like...
Once I'm there, I'm stuck there.
You're stuck there, and you will probably not respawn.
See, that makes it...
Harder.
So, like... I'll just go through my thought process. So, if respawning's not an option, then, like... WoW's out of the question, because you fucking die all the fucking time.
Okay. Let's put it this way. Let's put it more in how Overlord does it, where you can die, but there is the ability for someone to revive you. Because I think that the stipulation that if you die would make a lot of games just off the table immediately.
Yeah.
But if someone possesses the power to revive, then you can get revived.
Okay. Huh. Well, I would probably default to Skyrim.
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls. I'd probably default to that as being like the game that I could like go in and
just live there,
do my thing. Because once I get my archery and sneak skills up, then I'm unkillable.
Would you fight the dragons? Would you fight the dragons?
Fuck yeah, I'd ride the dragons. I'd have a good time.
That'd be. You say that right now, but you're not standing in front of a.
Huh?
You're not standing in front of a giant dragon right now.
I ain't no bitch. But yeah,
okay.
I don't know. I think Skyrim, just because like of like my top 3 most played games, it's like, well, actually, it's like World of Warcraft, Warframe, and then Skyrim.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Warframe.
Well, I wouldn't want to be stuck in I like playing Warframe, but that universe is fucked. I would not want to be there, like, to live. That would suck.
Also, I think that you would probably have a heart attack if you were actually in Warframe and then you saw the man on the wall.
Yeah, I would die of heart attack stroke combo, just a brain aneurysm. Fucking no, my eyes would pop out of my head. Fuck that guy. You were there for the last time I ran into him and the whole recording thing that happens after the sacrifice. I legit had a panic attack. I was like, ah!
I love him. I don't know why you don't like him that much.
I just don't like the fact that he pops up with no warning. I just turn around and he's there, and I'm like, great. You son of a bitch!
It's great.
No. I know how he works. Like, if you look at him and look away, he disappears, but it's like, yeah.
It's in a true dad nature of just sometimes dropping in, saying something, and then just leaving.
I don't think he's Space Dad. I don't think that's what the man on the wall is.
Calls you kiddo.
He does call you kiddo, but
anyway. All right. So what game would you not want to be in then?
That's like an RPG kind of thing.
Same concept.
Literally like any horror genre.
just name one.
Just name one. Dead by Daylight, I guess. I would not want to be in that one. That would be terrifying. As a character, isn't that like an RPG thing?
Not really. Dead by Daylight was the one where you're like have 4 survivors, and then one person plays as the monster, and you got to go repair all the generators and try to escape.
Okay, I was thinking something else. Shit, what was that game I was thinking of? I don't know. What is a RPG horror game?
You got like Dead Space. You have
Dead Space. Definitely Dead Space. I would not want to be in Dead Space. Fuck that shit. I hate those games. I hated those games so much. Yeah, because I was like, not forced, but I was like highly encouraged to play them. And no. Actually, the second one, where like within the first like hour, like you see one of them like change right in front of you, I was like, okay, I'm not really scared that much anymore. But it was still like jump scares and the way the things move and all the ways that the character. What's the character you play in Dead Space?
I have no idea.
Fuck.
I never played Dead Space. I know that it's
kind of like it. Yeah. I'd rather be in like Resident Evil 4 than Dead Space.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What about you? What game would you want to be stuck in?
So I have 2 thought processes for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'd want to live like a peaceful life and not worry about getting murdered every second, I would no, because you have exploding penises that come after you.
That's true.
I would pick Animal Crossing.
See, I didn't even think about Animal Crossing. Okay, I mean, enjoy your lifelong debt, but
yeah, I mean, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
But
your neighbor's now a fox. That's the difference.
But I would choose WoW.
Yeah,
I would, and I kind of put a little bit more thought into this because I have several choices of what character I could choose to be.
Mm-hmm.
My first instinct was to go with my Death Knight, but now that I think about it more, Death Knights have a hard time. Like I'm thinking about like if I was actually a Death Knight, I'd be ostracized by people. Right.
Yeah, and you'd have that like bloodthirsty sense to kill and shit.
Yeah, not a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be basically unkillable.
Basically.
Yeah, but I think I would go with my Paladin. Warrior of the Light. I'm kind of accepted by more people. It could be useful to more people. I could heal myself. I could stand in the back and just be like the preacher in Skyrim. Talos. But I could just sit there in the back to be like the light. I could make money doing pet battles.
Just running a pet.
Yeah, just
pet
underground pet battling ring.
See, if I was stuck in a while, I would just open up a store and it'd be a bag vendor.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Like, I'm a tailor now.
But I don't think you'd get that much revenue from that, because you got to think that you'd be stuck in it with just NPCs. There's no other players. NPCs aren't really in the market for bags, I don't think. I don't know. But at the same time, if there's no other players, WoW would kind of be shitty because like other than hiding behind Khadgar and Illidan, we'd be fucked if
Yep.
champions.
It's just you.
Me?
We need to go kill Deathwing again.
What?
I'm good.
No.
Just walk away.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the downside of that.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought about some of the other games, like RuneScape would be like stupid boring. You'd go in there and you'd just be like, I guess I'm gonna chop trees for the rest of my life to say that I'm efficient.
I'm gonna go collect copper ore, run it back to the bank, run
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I'm out of breath.
this is just like real life, only like back in the medieval ages. This game
Why
sucks.
everyone's pixelated? Oh god. Yeah, Skyrim for me.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Skyrim would be cool for me, but it would operate the same way that I play Skyrim. It'd just be like, I'm just gonna ignore the main story and just go find all the side quests.
Yeah, but like I
Get
mean, if I'm
distracted.
just stuck in Skyrim, then it's like, okay, I guess I'm becoming an assassin thief. Like, yeah, obviously, that's what makes the most money.
I mean, yeah. So does it mean you join the Brotherhood?
Huh?
Does
Oh,
it
yeah.
mean you join the
I
Brotherhood?
would definitely join I would run that shit. Fucking love the Brotherhood.
You gotta fight Cicero for it.
So how old is Skyrim now? Skyrim's like
It's gonna be
12, 13
11,
years.
Maybe 13.
Something like that?
Yeah.
12, whatever, over 10 years, right? Because the special edition came out. I only recently discovered that you can like kill the Brotherhood
Yeah.
like right off. Did you know about this?
Think so.
You do that quest like gets you like initiated,
Access, yeah.
like access to it. But whenever Astrid's like there and she's like there telling you to kill like one of the 3 people, or you can kill all 3 or whatever, they don't tell you that you can just kill her. You can just kill her, and then it opens up a quest to like destroy the Brotherhood, and then you go talk to that one guy that comes up along the quest later on. You go talk to him, that Legionnaire guy.
Yeah.
You go talk to him, and then he gives you a quest, and then you just go and raid the fucking Brotherhood place and kill everyone.
I gotta go back and do that now.
I didn't know it was a thing. I was like, this is weird. It's like a weird way to
It
like.
took like 11 years to figure this out.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. Like I've played that game easily like 1,000 hours. Never once thought to just kill Astrid.
Well, that's because you want to join the Dark Brotherhood.
Usually.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know, because I play those games with like a character in mind, so I was doing like some sort of like Vigilant Stendar kind of build, right? So I was like, oh, my character's a good guy. I can't kill these people. I'll just kill her. And I attacked her, just thinking, you know, oh, she's probably immune anyway, and just gonna laugh. I hit her, she died. I was like, well, all right then. And then the quest, you know, incomplete, and then another quest pops up, and it's like, go talk to whatever in Dragon Reach, and go to Dragon Reach, or not Dragon Reach, Dragon Bridge, and fucking. I went and talked to him, and he's like, what? You know where they are? It's like, we know where their holdout is. Go fucking kill them. Do you want help? And I was like, no, I got this. Just go in and murdered everyone. I was like, this is weird. Oh, plus I could be a vampire lord if I was in Skyrim.
You would choose vampire?
No, I would probably choose werewolf.
Yeah, I mean werewolf.
I would follow her scene to the ends of the earth. Plus, if you die in Skyrim, I would just go into that plane and be fine. Or if I was a Nord, I would
Question.
go into
Oh, yeah.
what?
Well, it depends what plane you're gonna go into, because if you played ESO, then
Oh.
you'd wake up on the shores of, and then you'd have to deal with the Daedra and
Oh yeah, Plains of Oblivion.
yeah. No. As far as games that I wouldn't want to be trapped in, easily by far like all of Dark Souls and the other one, Bloodborne.
Yeah, because you would just keep coming back. You wouldn't actually die.
I don't know. I mean,
You would just keep coming back.
Maybe I would come back, or I wouldn't even want to come back at that point. Just be like, oh, hey, I am not skilled at fighting this giant thing. And then it just keeps murdering me. And I'd have like super bad PTSD. And I'd just find a corner and just cry. I would be the guy that you run into in like the first like little area of Dark Souls where the dude's just like crying at the base of that ladder. And it's just like, I don't want to do this. That's me.
You would well, you could essentially become like Doctor Strange from the movie. Fuck it. What the hell's that demigod?
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dead. Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Not a fun time.
No.
The only other game that I think would be kind of fun, but also kind of intimidating at the same time, just because it's like, wait, so like being in like Guitar Hero. But then I think about it when I'm going to go play the shows and the set list for some of those songs. It's like, well, the game is easier to play than playing these actual songs. So does that mean I would easily be able to play these songs as the character, or no? Probably not. Upside, I'm in a band.
That's the upside?
Yeah.
Live your
go
dream.
On tour and you get some fans and. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking of like games I wouldn't want to be in. I wouldn't want to be in Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not unless I am Geralt of Rivia. Unless I am that character. Oh, I'm not that character. Then I don't want to be in there. That fucking sucks. It's dirty there.
Actually,
there's a bunch of racism.
You know which one that we didn't think about at all that would probably make both of us very, very happy? Pokemon.
Fuck! I didn't even think about that at all.
I changed my answer. I'm going to go playing Pokemon.
So do I. Can't wait till fucking Let's Go comes out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
It is.
I didn't even think about Pokemon.
I didn't either. Damn it.
What are we doing with our lives? Like, what?